Chair, to both chairman of the both committees, Chairman Caraps Paduano, of course, Chairman Max Dalog, to my colleagues present and in Zoom, to our resource persons, and of course to our Vice Governor, now the Acting Governor of Cagayan. Good morning, naimbag na bigat kanya tayo amin na po. First, I would like to express my gratitude to the leadership of the 19th Congress, headed by Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, for supporting these very important legislative measures that are aimed at crafting significant amendments and reforms to our election laws, as well as to make legally accountable all those who had participation directly or indirectly in the massive and grossly unlawful disbursement and utilization of public funds and resources, particularly of the provincial government of Cagayan, ordered and orchestrated by Governor Manuel MAMBA and the provincial government of Cagayan employees, purposely to boost his candidacy and his allies during the campaign period. To the distinguished chairman of this joint committee, Honorable Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano of the Committee on Public Accounts, and Honorable Maximo Y. Dalog Jr. of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, honorable members of this joint committee, distinguished colleagues, resource persons, and guests, good morning and thank you for your presence in today's committee hearing. Hindi lingid sa ating kaalaman na maraming sinampang kaso sa COMELEC na may kaugnayan sa election offenses na nangyayari tuwing kampanya at eleksyon. Madalas nagre-resulta pa nga ito sa patayan o death threats dahil naipipinta ang mga kasong ito na simpleng political rivalry lamang. The case of the late Governor Roel Degamo, for one, rooted from a mere election case, and we know how it ended. But these are beyond mere political controversies. Hindi dapat mawala sa ating atensyon na may mga batas tayong dapat i-enforce na walang pag-aatubili. And these laws had been crafted for the Filipino people to have a fair and orderly election, which is the bedrock of our democracy. Rule of law must at all times be upheld to say that there is genuine democracy. Ang ating Korte Suprema na rin ang nagsulat in the case of Makiling, and I quote, "It is imperative to safeguard the expression of the sovereign voice through the ballot by ensuring that its exercise respects the rule of law. To allow the sovereign voice spoken through the ballot to trump constitutional and statutory provisions on qualifications and disqualifications of candidates is not democracy or republicanism. It is electoral anarchy. When set rules are disregarded and only the electorate's voice spoken through the ballot is made to matter in the end, it precisely serves as an open invitation for electoral anarchy to set in. This scandal in the province of Cagayan
nawala. Okay din.
and identify the flaws and gaps in our election laws, which will be our basis in formulating legislative measures that will be responsive to the needs of the time. Importante din na mapanagot at mapakulong lahat ang mga kawatan at mga walang paggalang sa ating batas pang-eleksyon para maisulong ang kanilang sariling interes pampolitika at nang hindi na ito pamarisan pa. Hindi lamang sa probinsya ng Cagayan, kung hindi sa ating buong bansa. Madami pong nakamasid, nag-aantay at nag-aabang dahil napakahalaga ng konklusyon nito dahil baka ito ay pamarisan pa. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, In the interest of time and to provide the joint committee with a backdrop of what transpired in Cagayan in the last election, may I be allowed to make a presentation?
Yeah, please go ahead, Honorable Lara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Governor MAMBA, in collusion and conspiracy with his political allies and concerned department heads of the provincial government of Cagayan, conducted massive illegal disbursement, release of funds, and expenditure of public funds during the 45-day ban that is from March 25, 2022 to May 9, 2022, despite the clear prohibition under the Omnibus Election Code and the corresponding COMELEC resolutions, and worse, despite the TRO issued by the Regional Trial Court of Tuguegarao City. During the campaign period, MAMBA also continuously had his daily program in Bombo Radio and another radio station aimed at attacking and lambasting his political opponents, which radio programs are paid by the provincial government of Cagayan, in violation of the provision of the Fair Election Law, providing or limiting to 90 minutes airtime to all candidates. I will overemphasize that the distribution during the 45-day period was without the necessary approved COMELEC exemption issued by the COMELEC. By way of background, in year 2020, 145 million pesos was appropriated as part of the general fund to the programs of Governor MAMBA, like the No Town Left Behind program, and 556 million pesos as aid to the barangays. Moreover, 410 million pesos was appropriated for aid to barangays under the fund of the Office of the Governor. Again, in 2021 and in 2022, a much bigger budget for these programs were appropriated. Governor MAMBA, however, admitted that said funds appropriated for the projects, programs, and activities for 2020 and 2021 were not released in those years when needed the most because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, these funds, together with that of 2022, were released only during the campaign period without the necessary exemption approved by the COMELEC. It was only during the campaign period, when it was prohibited to do so, that Governor MAMBA ordered and orchestrated the disbursement of resources and funds of the provincial government of Cagayan through its various programs, projects, and activities, such as the No Barangay Left Behind and or No Town Left Behind, and of Plan Tulong sa Barangay. He distributed Philippine National Police patrol cars, rural health unit transport vehicles, and ultra-low freezer as part of the No Barangay Left Behind program. He also distributed scholarships, honoraria, and financial assistance in some municipalities of Cagayan under the No Town Left Behind during the campaign period. Let me show you two CPIO clippings, Mr. Chair, sa distribution po na nangyari. Ito po yung mga distribution during the campaign period na pinagbabawal na po during those times. Ito, dinocument po ito ng PNP, pero ito po, nakapost po ito sa CPIO, Cagayan Provincial Information Office website po nila. As held in Veles versus People. Yan, March 26, March 28, March 30, 31, April 3, April 5, April 7, April 9, April 11, 12, Tsaka lang po yan, nag-distribute ng freezer nung patapos na ang COVID, Mr. Chair, no? Panahon po ng prohibitive period ng election. As held in Velas versus People, the law imposes the prohibition against the release, disbursement, and expenditure of public funds to prevent public officials and employees from utilizing government resources to influence the voters in their choice of candidates for the forthcoming elections. It ensures that public funds and properties are insulated from political partisan activities and that government works shall not be used for electioneering purposes. It also seeks to prevent incumbent public officials from enjoying undue advantage of government resources over which they have easy and convenient access to bolster their campaign. It's very unfortunate that the answer of MAMBA to all of this is more telling. The Omnibus Election Law and related COMELEC resolutions do not cover and is not applicable to the provincial government of Cagayan. Yan po yung answer niya. Submitted po yan sa COMELEC. Sinabi po niya dyan na hindi daw po covered, no? Dahil local programs daw po, no? More or less 10 days before the election, apparently as part of the grand scheme and design of Governor MAMBA, he ordered the withdrawal, release, and disbursement of gargantuan amount of government fund, reportedly more or less 550 million to 600 million pesos, and proceeded to massively distribute the fund province-wide to voters, residents Cagayan who are 18 years old and above at 1,000 pesos each in the guise of AYUDA to voters under his Crusada Contra Corruption program. May I show you, Mr. Chair, a video clip of the vote buying being done during the 45 days and more particularly the last 10 days.
Magbibigay ng 1,000 pesos each, no? Sa lahat ng legal age, no? 18 and above na resident and voter of our province, no? Lahat sila talaga kumita yung mga tao dyan sa baba. We're preparing a stimulus package na magbibigay ng 1,000 pesos each, no? Sa lahat ng legal age, no? 18 and above na resident and voter of our province, no? Lahat sila, no? Lahat, no? Total, may pipirmahan po naman kayo, no? We will start doing that, no? Para lahat naman po ay kahit sa konti, no? Magkaroon ng stimulus package. Basta legal age na, 18 and above, no? Para mabigyan ng resident and voter ang mga ko. Kasi may listahan tayo ng mga ganyan. So, yun po, mabibigyan, no? We will start, no? So, kung nyo po, kung kailan yung kwanyo, yung schedule. Pagpakitaan kayo kung kailan yung schedule nyo para open po ito, no? Open sa lahat, no? Wala akong pipiliin ito. Non-partisan po ito. No? Kahit sino po ay pumunta, basta voter ka, 18 and above ka, resident ka ng isang place na pagkukunan mo. So sa akin sa pasapla, yung tatlo,
lahat na lang, lahat ng eligible.
Yes. So, lang po, wag lang ano, mga 500 million lang. Para ibang 20 million sa ganito. Ang pakiusap ko lang palagi, huwag iboto yung mga bumibili ng boto. So yun lang po, maraming salamat.
April 27 po iyon.
Ayuda po tayo, no? Sa lahat ng legal age na residents ng Cagayan, no? Sa lahat po ng 18 and above, basta residente ka ng Cagayan, ay then po tayo ibibigay na 1,000. No, sa lahat po, no, to burn up our economy, no, we will be starting already po ngayong araw na to. Ay, dito natin kayang sabay, pero lahat po yan, mabibigyan po kayo, no, 1,000.
Lahat ng bayan,
No,
lahat ng
po.
mamayan of legal age.
Yeah, of legal age po, 18 and above po, no, may pipirmahan po tayo dyan, no, ito po ay ayuda, no, to burn up our economy, no, this is a economic stimulus po dito sa atin, no, para sabayan po natin sa expenditures din sa ating eleksyon, baka sakaling tumanda ang ating ekonomiya dyan sa baba. No, mag-trust po lahat ito. No, trust incentive po.
Ito po, May 3. Yung kasama po ni Governor
Ano po, magbigay po tayo ng pera sa mga tao.
Ayan, provincial.
So, sabayan po natin itong election na ito na kumikita lahat din po dahil kay mga watchers, meron tayong mga tiga-dikit boys, meron tayong mga partners. Sabayan po natin.
May 5.
Kailangan na i-subsidize ang mga botante. Bigyan sila ng tig-1,000 pag bumoto sila. Siguro, it's now time to do that.
Okay, alakan mo, pero ano ha, yeah, vote buying yan, ha? Pati sa municipal hall, nakapila, kaya ka nung ayuda, pero yan ay vote buying, Okay? At kami po ay magpo-proceed sa presinto. Police, katabi mismo ng police station. Grabe. Ongoing po sa Nards Gymnasium ang kanilang vote buying, mga MAMBA. Vote buying po ito at hindi living in. Vote buying po ito.
Yan po yung mga vote buying po na nangyari. Hindi po pinagsawalang bahala ng mga Cagayanos ang mga ginawa ni Governor MAMBA. Nagsampa tayo ng mga kaso laban sa kanya dahil sa patuloy na paggawa niya ng mga aksyong may ituturing na election offenses, and we obtained a temporary restraining order as shown here, Mr. Chair. ITRO po tayong nakuha. Ngunit sa kabila ng pag-issue ng Regional Trial Court ng TRO upang ipatigil ang kanyang mga ginagawang ilegal na pamimigay ng 1,000 bawat botante gamit ang pera ng Kapitolyo, tahasan at buong yabang niya itong hindi sinunod. In fact, in his daily radio program, he made public statements then that he will never honor and comply to the temporary
Kakatyan Beltran. Ganito na ba tayo? Ganito na ho ba? Ang gusto nyo na ang justisya ay for sale na rin po?